So it's Monday afternoon and I'm going to finish this welding. I've got Karen's down there as we're up on the roof of the truck. I think she waved. Did you wave?
I did.
She waved. Yeah, we're just going to weld this on now. We're ready to go. The piece is all cut out as you saw me doing last night. And I'm just going to spot weld it all in. So Karen's going to get on the inside and push this roof up so that we can get, because it's got an arch in it, like you know, so she's going to push the centrepiece up because it's sagged, so it matches up with this. And then it's just a case of spot welding the whole thing in all the way around. Joy. Let's get some welding done. Pretty much where that wants to be. Go on. Yeah, it's got to come up more than that. Yeah. Bottle jack and a piece of wood.
Yeah.
So all I need you to do is push these corners up as they come along.
Yeah.
The middle's pretty much set at that.
Yeah.
Get the middle set and welded. Just check the back edge. And now you need to start pushing up. There, that's it. Push as hard as you can. So that needs to go down, it's got to lip it. Move back towards the weld a bit. There. Here. Yeah. That's it. Hey? Yeah, push up. Go on. Keep going. There you go, guys. The roof is finished. So I'm going to get a better angle on it. Now, across the join in the middle, I've got a heat warp. It's really annoyed me. There's where that piece of metal is sitting on the roof. Let's see if we can get a bit closer. It's a bit awkward to get there at the moment. There we go. That's probably a bit better. Now, where that piece of metal's sitting, where I've put that joint in, you can see that heat warp. Right on that first piece, it's pulled it in. It's fixable by putting a bracer on the back between the two crossbars. I'm actually going to put 3 in just across the middle to get rid of that. Other than that, it's gone in really well. It's really annoyed me that it's got a heat warp. Let me show you where I'm going to put those bits. And it's not the easiest place to film at the moment because all the windows are covered up, but you can just about make out the heat warp there where it's pulled in. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 bars across there, and I might just put one in the middle. It'll help to actually secure the new headliner that's going in. Yeah, the roof's done. So little spoiler across the back. While I was prattling around it, I put a little, that's actually to stop the water running in the door if you've got the door open while it's raining. But I thought it'd be quite comical to make a little spoiler. So I'm pretty, oh, I'll trip over the workbench. Obviously that's all going to be ground up and filmed as well, so is the other. These bits are back in as well, I've done them. They're glued in. Once the glue's gone off, hang on. Glue. Once that glue has gone off tomorrow, oh, there's more of it. I'll take that rivet out and then they can be filmed with everything else and shaped, and so I've got a bit of body work to do now. So tomorrow, because I think it's about 7 o'clock now, tomorrow on my way home from work I'll go and pick up some, you can look at my ugly mug now, I'm probably filthy as well. Yeah, on my way home tomorrow I'll pick up some 20x20 box just to do that crossbars with, and that's it, we're done welding, we're on to paint. So once it's all filmed, I'll give it a coat, well I'll give it a coat of epoxy, because I've got some Raptor liner epoxy, which I'll just roll onto the roof once it's cleaned off, and then I shall fill the roof. I'll use short strand fiberglass because it's waterproof, and don't use ordinary filler because it doesn't work, it'll leak in. Use the short strand fiberglass first. That's it. Right, so I'll be back and I'll have some metal. Well, I've been and got some metal and now it's time to cut it, and Karen's just arrived with me glasses so I can actually see what I'm measuring. Look at that. Hey, I can see. Right, I'm just going to cut the ribs that are going to go in the roof, and I'll show you what they look like once they're in. But I think they'll take that heat warp out, no problem at all. Karen's going to give me a hand do it. And let's set the saw going. Cutting! Isn't that just the best bit of kit ever? So much easier than a grinder. Right, back to welding. Well, that's it. All the welding is finished. I've got most of that dip out of that roof. There's going to be a band of filler across the join, obviously. But I'm going to start with some fiberglass on it. But the rest of the roof has come out pretty good. Well, there's my little spoiler across the back. Don't ask. I think I was just getting mad at the time. Oh! Right. Let's go around this way. So, beams are in the roof. If you can just make them out, that's not the best shot, but that's what it looks like. And I put an extra one across there at the back as well. So that's ready for soundproofing. Well, it's got to dry. The adhesive, the PU adhesive's got to dry. But I want to get that painted tonight because the soundproofing's going in. It's having a thermal self-adhesive soundproofing going in. So that's going in tomorrow. But now I'm going to be on with the filling, which is technically what I should be good at because that is my job. So I'm going to get the fiberglass out. I'm going to start fiberglassing. mix them all. Well, there you go, that's the first coat of short strand fiberglass I put on that, and the last coat for today because I actually ran out. I thought I'd go another tub and I haven't. I've put a quick fill on there. It's going to need a lot more to level it up, angle, and a quick fill across there, which is going to need building up, and then that bit's nice and flat. You can't see my hand. That bit over there is nice and flat. It just wants a single wipe over with some filler. This bit will need building up between the ridge because obviously this is still sunk, but either side of it is now level, which is what I wanted by putting the braces in. That bit is okay, that's all good, and that's where I'm up to till I can get a delivery tomorrow. So I've had a play with the back door. Right, there you go, I've had a play with the back door. I had a little bit of the short strand left to put in that, and then I've had just an ordinary body filler. So the door's pretty much ready for paint now. That can be primed where it's orange. Some spray primer over the filler for the Raptor liner. Come around to this side, I'm just going to respray around these windows because when I put them in I left a very small ridge. I didn't like it, I could see it. Everyone goes, what are you on about? But there was actually a very, very fine ridge in here, so I've just flatted that out. I'm going to repaint that. And on the inside, I put some primer on the roof. The soundproofing's coming tomorrow, so I can get the soundproofing on that, get that all insulated. And it's got windows again, look. I've undercovered everything because I can undo all of that now. So that's ready for a headline. Once the soundproofing in, that's ready for a headliner. So I'm done for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow when I've got some filler, and we'll get that roof finished off. It's getting there now. It's coming together. It looks weird with a flat roof. Even I think that looks weird, but we're going to cure that. There's still stuff to go on there, so it'll cure all of that. But it's looking quite cool now. It's actually looking quite big in here as well. The truck isn't taking up as much space. Right, I'll be back tomorrow. It's Wednesday afternoon and I'm back on this job. I've just finished work actually. I've just got in and got changed. And I've had all the stuff delivered. Right, we've got a roll of insulation. It's actually soundproofing and insulation. I'll show you that. It's really good stuff. It's lightweight. It's neoprene with a reflective coating. So it's waterproof, lightweight and self-adhesive, so it's really easy to put in. Unlike the flat mat, is it, or the Dynamat, which is that heavy, it's like tinfoil and bitumen, isn't it? But that stuff's really heavy. This weighs nothing. There's 5 square meters there and it weighs nothing, where that other stuff is really heavy. With it going in the roof, I don't want weight in the roof. I've a gallon of thinners because we're not far off ready for paint. Some more sanding discs, some P180 auto net, and the most important bit, some more glass fibre to finish the roof off and all the way around the edges. Getting there with that. Last night I painted the inside, painted the roof. I need to wash the brush, that's why I had the thinners. But I'll show you what it looks like inside. Alright, that's what my roof looks like inside now. All done, sorted. It's not too bad, that. It's not the easiest place to film because it's really dark in there now. Some idiot's taken all the windows out. But what I'm going to do is stick this insulation in the roof first, and then that's out of the way. And that's actually the insulation on the back panel over there. That is the stuff I'm putting on. That was some leftover I had from the camper van. And it's really good. It reflects the heat back out and it deadens the panel, so it's great. So let me get on with this roof and I'll open this roll up. I'll show you what this stuff looks like. I've got a knife behind the camera, hang on. I say knife, it's got a piece of a blade on it, so that'll do. It's great, this stuff is, it's just self-adhesive, so you just peel the backing off and just stick it on. Dead easy to apply, you can either cut it with scissors or a Stanley knife or whatever you want really. I think I'm probably just going to use a pair of scissors, it's going to be easier. So I'll stick this on, you can have a look at it as I'm putting it on. I'll put the camera the other side. And what I'll do with this stuff is just cut each piece just slightly oversized and then trim it with a knife. You put it on, you think, oh, it's not that sticky, but it's one of those adhesives. Once it's been on a couple of days, you ain't getting it back off. It just sort of goes on and sets, and that's it. It's done. Awesome, now just repeat it about another 15 times. That's it, sound deadening's on the roof. It's all in. That makes a big difference. Some bits of it are 2 layers thick, some are 3. I've got the stuff, so I might as well use it up. I've got about a metre left to do behind some of the other panels when everything goes back in. That's going to make a big difference, that is. So back on with the filling. Oh my god, 11, no, probably 12 hours of block sanding, and I've actually cleaned the workshop and the truck's still got that much sanding dust on it. Oh man, that has been a long well, I started 3 o'clock yesterday, it's now dinner time the next day, so it's actually Thursday today. I started Wednesday, but it's all block sanded, it's done, it's ready for paint. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to put on the roof next. It's going to be an epoxy primer to seal the roof. I'll give you a quick look at the roof because hang on, the wind's getting up, the doors are blowing either side of me. I'll show you what the roof looks like now it's block sanded. There you go, one freshly block sanded roof ready for epoxy, and the doors are still blowing around behind me. But it hasn't come out too bad. I wouldn't say it's perfect. There's right in the centre of the shop there's a little bit of a dip in the roof, but for what I'm going to be using it for, it's more than good enough. I've seen worse come out of more expensive shops than this one, because this was free. But yeah, I'm quite liking it now. After I cut it off, as I was just saying, after I cut it off, I wasn't overly sure. Now I really like it because it just looks weird. It just does not look like a disco anymore. It's somewhere between a Range Rover and a Strange Rover. But I'm liking it. It's good. It's going to make the world of difference to how I drive the truck and where I can actually take it. So let me show you this epoxy primer. What I'm going to be using is this 2-pack epoxy primer. It's as it says, anti-corrosion epoxy primer. All epoxy primer is anti-corrosion, that's what it's for. But this one is really good. It's got a long window to work with, longer than most primers that I've seen. So you've got a really good open time to work with this. Comes in a 1 litre kit. Obviously it's Raptor and it comes from U-Pol. Comes in a 1 litre kit. So in the kit, I have used this one, I've used half of it before. So it's a litre of the primer and 200ml of activator, because it's a 4-to-1 mix, so there's plenty there, and I've actually spilt some in the box, but I've got plenty of activator. But just for ease, unlike most, I don't need to spray this on. I can actually just roll it on. It's primer, I can roll it on. If I wanted to, I could then flat it back, so I don't have to mask up, I don't have to do anything. Will need to wear a respirator. It tells you the spraying on here and the drying time. It's hang on, 60 degrees, 30 minutes. That'll be the open working time on it. And sand with P400 to 600 grit paper. Top coat is open sanding time up to 7 days, it says here. So and that's with the air drying, so you can actually put this on and leave it for 7 days before you have to worry about it. But I'm just going to roll this on because I'm going to Raptor line the roof. It doesn't have to be perfectly smooth. I'm not worried if there's a couple of bits in the primer or anything like that. I'm going to be putting a textured coating on. All that is as far as I'm concerned, more texture. So I'm going to mix that up, 4-to-1, mix it up in a cup and roll it on. I'm not going to I'll probably get a little bit of footage of me rolling it on, but I'm sure you know how a roller and a brush works. So I'm just going to roll that on and I'll show you what it looks like after. So we've now got a flat top disco. It's not gone in too badly, that. I'm quite happy with how that's gone in. So hopefully in the next 20 minutes Chris will turn on.